I'm able to preserve the ends better when they are in. Somebody's driving like a maniac outside. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, hello, welcome. This is Essential Patience and Eye Impatience, and in today's video we are going to be doing some natural hair tips. So I definitely love doing these, and if you've been watching, you know the drill by now. I'm going to watch some natural hair videos and I'm going to give you my opinions. I will explain what I agree with, what I don't agree with, and hopefully we'll just be able to have fun with it. You can learn something, I can learn something, we all learn something. Let's get straight into it. So starting with the first video, 3 hair oils I use in the winter: Hydrate, Hello Strength, Repair, Remain, Split Ends. So it says the first one, Hydrate, the second one is a frizz control, and the 3 one is to nourish the scalp. The second one for Hello Strength hair oil, it's to strengthen the hair, promote hair growth, and to add shine. And the third one, Repair Split Ends oil, mend the ends, prevent further damage, and to seal in moisture. I'm a little confused about the entire premise of the video. I thought she was going to actually list hair oils that she used, but her hair does look very healthy. Now, where I do not agree with is where she talks about repairing split ends, because I don't think there's any credible research that shows that split ends can actually be repaired. You're just supposed to cut it off and let it go. Like that's it. Like, the hair is gonna grow back. Remove it before it further splits and damages the rest of your hair. So that's the only way that you can prevent further split ends, preserving the actual healthy hair. I do think that you can use several hair oils in the winter. I don't know if there's a difference between one that I use in the summer, winter. I never switch. I just continue doing the exact same thing. Maybe the only difference in my winter versus summer is that during the winter, in December, I get a silk press that I keep in for a few weeks, but that's it. I don't think I do anything differently. Even with my protective styles, the exact same hair routine, same shampoo, same conditioner. I don't tailor it to the season. If there's something that is beneficial to it and I find it, I would definitely be sure to do so. But until then, I have not seen anything that makes my hair change in the summer versus winter. Well, except maybe covering it up more. And I guess I could use more protective styles, but it's the exact same as well. I have to think about that. Let's move on to the next video. So this second video says top tips for detangling thick hair. Always detangle hair while damp with a wide tooth comb. Comb in small sections. Add leave-in conditioner with slip. Start from end, slowly work your way up. I would agree with every single one of these. So have I detangled my hair dry? You know what, sometimes I always put in at least some leave-in conditioner to detangle it. And this is for when I'm not ready to actually wash my hair, but rather I'm just doing a light detangling. I don't think every time I detangle my hair, I have to use water, because as long as I have some sort of moisture in there, I think it works well. But definitely she's right with the adding water when it's like wash day. I spritz my end, I literally soak my hair in water and then I go through to detangle it. I definitely do her sections. I can see she's doing sections. I don't do perfect sections as well. I do already have some form of way that my hair naturally splits that I go with. Even to be honest, she has better parts than I do. Always using a wide tooth comb. I do that as well. I know some people with brushes. That's okay. If it works for you, that's great. Working from ends to roots is also very important. And we can hear it all the way. It's like a Dodge or something. I don't think it's a motorcycle. Making sure you work your way from tips to roots is very important as well. Obviously, she knows what she's doing. She has maintained a lot of hair. She's retained a lot of hair, and it's so beautiful. It's shiny. It's thick. I mean, she probably spends more time detangling than I do. I know for sure, because my detangling time goes up by the year. And she's doing well. She's doing really well. And I definitely agree with everything she has to say. These are some really great tips for detangling. Let's move on to the next video. So this one says hair routine. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm definitely I'm trying, because I know that for me, for example, I'm not the greatest person at doing hair, and I do what works best for me and what I can do, and I work within my sphere. With this, I think she could definitely use a trim. Everybody's a beginner, and she definitely says in the comment section, thanks to whoever suggested the comb attachment, cut down my straightening time by a lot. People can do whatever they want to do, but I don't think she's using the right process to do her hair. I definitely think she's in desperate need of a trim. She needs to work in better sections. It's like she has a bit of heat damage. Maybe she needs to lay up the heat for a while. I'm not sure if she's trying to do a natural hair journey. That was a lot for very bare minimum result. It looks like her hair naturally just grows thick and healthy. She just needs to maintain it. So I hope she does. It looks like this is the beginning of her hair journey, and I'm sure that over time she'll find out what works best for her. And you have to be proactive in it as well. Do your research, try new things, and then let what works best for you stick. Let's move on to the next video. So this one says you don't have to get your hair pressed to get a trim. True. And this has been 2 years since her last, but you don't have to get a silk press to get your hair trimmed. There's some people who've not used heat in a long time and they still have their ends trimmed. Just be consistent with it. And sometimes you can definitely see it. You look at your ends, you can almost see the hair literally split and then cut it off. Don't keep split-ends around. The comments are basically saying, yes, let them know. Some of us sweat for a living and a press will make it last an hour. And someone said, I just put myself on a wait list for this month. Oh, okay, she looks like she's booked and busy. It should be at least wet. And I think this may work for some other hair types, talking about 1B hair, type 1, type 2 hair. But when it comes to 3 and 4 and you want an even trim, you definitely need to at least blow dry it for an even trim, because when your hair is wet, it shrinks up. So you probably end up cutting even more than you have to, because even when you stretch it with your hand, you're just not gonna get the even trim in all sections that you're looking for. So I think for people with curly, coily hair, it just works better, or at least it's more beneficial and even if you trim your hair once it's blown out or stretched, like really good stretch. You don't need heat, but you at least need it to be stretched and dry. Like, let's move on to the next video. So this video talks about consistency. We love to see it. Natural for over 8 years. 5 of that I've had damaged hair. The last 3.5 years I have achieved thick, natural, healthy hair. What happened to my genes during that period? Ooh, she took a shade at the gene gangs, you know, the genetic gang. You go from a state where you had really short hair, where nobody talked about your genetics till now. And this is how people even ask if this is my real hair. And I'm like, yes. And they follow up with, are you mixed? And I'm African. I'm like, I'm not mixed in any way, shape, or form. I'm Ghanaian. And this is just one of her testimonies to show that she obviously gained a lot of hair. Look at that. Just beautiful. And it's about consistency. Let's look at some of the comments. Somebody said, I've learned that a lot of people who talk about genes are people who are lazy to be consistent and actually do their hair. And then the response is that we are just brainwashed to think it is impossible. You literally only need 1 month of hair care to see the difference, which is only 4 wash days. Sometimes even less. So I think some people are not ready to have the conversation, as well as ready to let go of that thought process. So they get stuck in the, oh, my hair is not growing because of my genes, because I'm not mixed. If people are willing to commit 1 year of having consistent wash days, washing, shampooing their hair at least every 2 weeks, conditioning well, maybe braiding up into mini twists or mini braids, leaving it in there, continually moisturizing it every couple of days, every few days to every week, in a year, the difference will be very apparent. But a lot of people are not ready to commit to that. So this one says, for me and my family, my brother included, it's genetics. We don't do jack to our hair and it flourishes. I seldomly deep condition as well. You know what? Maybe it is. The idea that somehow a whole race of people can't grow long hair because of genetics, I think is very pointless. Are there some people who could be more genetically advantaged? Sure. But you're trying to tell me that most Black people can't grow their hair? I'm not gonna believe that. Someone said, how many years did it take you? I mean, she said in the caption like it was literally 8 years. It's not something that happens overnight. And I think sometimes people are trying to grow long hair literally overnight. This hair is 5.5 years. So it's not something that just occurs overnight. And one more comment. I cut off my hair to transition to natural. I hope I can pull it off. Oh, it's so disheartening to see people call it genes. It is completely invalidating to the hard work. And that's very true. You're literally committing to a wash routine. You're committing to protective styling. You're committing to sitting down and detangling your hair for an hour plus, being gentle as possible, trimming consistently, all so that your hair will flourish. So don't throw away people's hard work to satisfy your belief. Let's move on to the next video. So this next video is actually not even a Black person, but I wanted to add this because I think it's very interesting, because she's talking about how she was able to grow her hair, because there's a belief that somehow other race of people have it so effortless, but you can tell through this video that she's saying it's not effortless. And for her, she had to be intentional about how she grew her hair so long. And she has long, beautiful hair as well. And she said people basically say she's lucky, and she's showing how it's not. How? She says she oils her hair, rosemary water daily, that she makes it from scratch. Look at that effort. Stimulating her scalp using less heat. Protective styles. Even white people are now doing protective styling. Come on. What does that tell you? That just because somebody's of a different race doesn't make it genetically advantaged to it. Now, do they have it easier because their hair doesn't get as tangled? Sure. Do they have it easier in the fact that you see more of their length as the hair grows? That's the appearance of saying that, okay, their hair grows much faster, because you can see it. With Black people, we have to like stretch the hair before you can see it. But you can see that she's definitely putting in a lot of work to it. It's not effortless for her to make products from scratch, using less heat, scalp massages, protective hairstyles. It's not effortless. The comment section says, Indians have been doing all of this and I've been made fun of. And you know what? That's another thing. People think Indians in Asia, they just do nothing to their hair. But a lot of them have super long hair care routines as well, in the name of stimulating hair growth, but then also preserving their hair length. It's not effortless. And she said, why does everybody hate on this poor girl? Oh, I didn't know people were hating on her. I had curly frizzy hair all my life. I did everything I could, but nothing works. I'm in Japan now. I live here and did the permanent straightening, and I have hair now. It's 100% fake. It is just a perm. And I definitely see people saying, let's not forget genetics. So of course, people use on white people as well. It's exhausting to go back to this conversation. And I would have been the type of person to believe genetics a few years ago, but then I realized that when you put in the hard work and you stop making excuses, your hair will grow as well. And it's growing, not even grow. You would retain length. Let me say that. Your hair is growing. You would just be able to retain length better. Now, the genetic part is probably her hair color, her hair texture. You can see that her hair is definitely thicker, and she definitely has longer hair than the photos she showed before. But let's move on to the next video. I just wanted to show that it's not just people doing it with Black people, but white people do it with white people as well, and Black people do it with white people, and white people do it with Black people. It's like all over. It's just a tangled mess. So this next video is my 3 wash and go tips to start. Detangle smooth, okay. Keep your hands out of your hair until it's completely dry. Okay, so I don't do wash and goes. I've already talked about my beef whip wash and goes. And is it lazy to go to a stylist to do a wash and go for you? I don't know, it might be easier. But I love these tips. Her hair looks beautiful. It looks very like juicy and bouncy, shiny. The hair looks beautiful. Let's move on. This one says, how do I keep my natural hair healthy? Deep condition, exercise, stay hydrated, use a silk and satin bonnet. These are some really great tips. Let's see. Herbal oils, moisturize, use satin scrunchies, a healthy diet. We don't talk about healthy diets enough, but a healthy diet definitely goes a long way, and low manipulation styles. I basically do everything that she stays here, except for one thing, which is the herbal oils. I mean, I use oil, but I don't know if it would be considered herbal oils. But the whole point is that it's not effortless. She's obviously doing this, and deep conditioning regularly, which I do every single wash day now, except sometimes protective styles. Maybe I just condition, but it's very good. The silk and satin bonnet, I've done a video of how I protect my natural hair, and I talked about how I use scrunchies, satin bonnets. You want to use this. It's imperative if you want to prevent breakage of your hair. Exercising, people don't want to really get there. Your body will prioritize you staying healthy over hair growth. So when you talk about food, diet, and exercising, a lot of people don't want to attribute that to healthy hair. But if you're feeding your body a bunch of crap, your body has crap to work with. Feeding it healthy things. Same thing with being hydrated. People don't drink water, kind of scary. Drink water. Always stay hydrated. Let's move on to the next video. So this video says chunky 2-strand twist. She's working in sections, moisturizer, and then she put into oil. She's doing big sections. I've never tried chunky twist before, but you know what? I'm really tempted to do it. Okay, so she comes up a little bit more, because I definitely think I could love some chunky twists, and maybe I'll keep them in for a week, take them out. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I definitely love this. I'm getting some good tips from this. So for me, it's always about the ends. The ends are where I fill in a lot of braiding and twisting. So I definitely see what she's doing and I'll try it. I'll try some chunkier twists. I definitely am looking forward to hairstyles like this. I'll definitely give it a try. Let's move on to the next video.
So this is how I moisturize my hair on braids. So while you're watching me do that, let me tell you why I prefer braids to twist. Although twist has more volume compared to braids, but I was able to retain so much length within the period of 6 months of just using braids on my hair without adding any extensions. So I prefer braids because it has less frizz, very manageable, and reduces breakage. So let me know, which do you prefer?
I definitely agree with her. In the past year, I think I did twist maybe 3 times. Every other time I did braid. Especially at the ends, I'm able to preserve the ends better when they are in. Somebody's driving like a maniac outside. But especially when it comes to the ends, I feel like I'm able to better preserve them when they are in braids versus twists. Yes, I love the volume of the twist and it's very cute, very beautiful. That's why I still do them. But with the twist, I can't even wash them the way I want to. So if I wash them, I immediately take it after I wash them. Versus the braids, I'm able to wash it and keep it in for even longer because you're able to have access to it. It doesn't shrink up. It shows your length, just not volume. I think you should do both and then see which works best for you. So moving on to the very last video, this says tips to retain more of your hair growth. Wear low tension hairstyles, twist and plaits, eat well and drink enough water. And it says maintain your hair by using occasional protein treatments and trimming where necessary. So the first two are no-brainer for me. Making sure that low tension hairstyles, yes, we saw in the previous video, the lady obviously did not have tight braids at all. Instead, she had one that you can see that her scalp still has the chance to breathe. She's not braiding her brain. It's really important that you don't put that much tension on your hair. The second one about eating and drinking enough water, we talked about that also. You know where I stand on that one. And with the protein treatments, I'm not sure. I've never done a protein treatment. I don't think everybody needs a protein treatment, but the trimming you should do. And I definitely do consistently trim my hair. Let me know what you think about protein treatments. Have you ever done a protein treatment? If so, how did you like it? Did you think it benefited your hair? I think our hair is more low maintenance than we actually think it is. And the less you do to it and just rather do the correct things about quality over quantity, you will see your hair thrive. So with that, bringing this video to an end, thank you all so much. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And let me know in the comments section which of these hair tips are helping you the most and what other hair tips do you have to add to the list. Thank you all so much. Share this video with somebody who you think would like to see it. So remember to also like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring notification bell so you do not miss any time I post a video. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.